Hello viewers, once again welcome back in our new video. In this video, we'll discuss one of the important topic and I'm sure this topic will be important for everyone. Now, GST filed, then it is audited by GST officer. During audit, if they found your GST officer find short payment of tax, excess claim of ITC or erroneous of refund, etc., then they issue SCN, so-called notice for demand and recovery. Now SCN come under two section, under section 73 and under section 74. Now they are the two sections are same, but they have quite difference is that 74 is much or more stringent than 73. Now there is a trend that GST officer randomly issue notice under section 74 without using or applying their judicial mind. So guys, today's topic is, can GST officer randomly issue notice under section 74 of CGST SGST Act 2017? So guys, without wasting our time, let's start the video.
Hello viewers and students of AITCS. In today's video session, we are going to discuss again one of the important topic. Nowadays, many companies, firm or proprietorship firm are getting notice from the GST department for the demand and recovery of taxes. In this video session, we shall restrict our discussion on the topic whether the notice issued by the GST department under section 74 of the CGST as well as SGST Act is proper or not. Before discussion about section 74, let us have a brief idea regarding notices which are being issued by the GST department. Students, all we know that the taxpayer has to file GST return for a tax period within the statutory due dates. Many of times, certain class of taxpayers are also eligible to claim refund from the GST department. These GST returns, refund applications, etc. are being scrutinized by the GST department. Sometimes there is an audit which is taken by the GST department. Sometimes there is a search and seizure. Sometimes there is a survey. So all these exercise, scrutinize of the returns, audit of the taxpayers, search and seizure, survey, etc. lands under demand and recovery provision. Whenever GST authority finds that after scrutiny of the returns or after checking of the accounts during investigation or audit, whenever they find that there is a short payment of tax or there is a excess claim of input tax credit or there is a refund given by the GST department wrongly, that means taxpayer has wrongly claimed refund which has not been noticed by the GST department and the erroneous refund has been sanctioned. In these situations, they issue show cause notice for the demand and recovery of tax. In the show cause notice, they write in detail what has happened. They quantify the amount of tax. They also demands payment of interest and they also demand payment of penalty. If you open your Bayer Act, then you will find under demand and recovery chapter there is two sections, section 73 and section 74. Demand and recovery proceeding can be initiated by the GST department after issuing notice or audit observation either under section 73 or under section 74. Both section 73 and 74 deals with the same subject matter, but there is only one difference. The difference being that is, if short payment of tax or excess claim of ITC or erroneous refund has been caused by the mistake where there is no intention of fraud, where there is no misstatement, then in this case demand and recovery proceeding can be adopted under section 73. The benefit of initiation of proceeding under section 73 is that here the penalty is comparatively less, here is interest is also comparatively less, and the government takes lenient view because there is no intention of fraud. To the other side of the section, that is the section 74, it is applicable when tax has been paid short or excess ITC has been claimed or erroneous refund has been claimed where there is a intention of fraud, where there is misstatement of the fact, then recovery proceeding shall be adopted by the GST authority under section 74. Under section 74, it is stringent provision. Here penalty amount is more, interest is more, coupled with other types of punishments. So back to our topic, whenever you get any show cause notice, you have to find out whether notice has been issued under section 73 or under section 74. If you find that the demand and recovery show cause notice has been issued under section 73, it is okay, because there may be a genuine mistake in the return, there may be excess ITC because of mistake which is genuine. But if you find that the notice has been issued under section 74, which is common nowadays, then you have to think. In this video session, we shall discuss what remedies should you adopt when you find that the notice has been issued under section 74. So section 74 notice, whenever you get, you should check whether the proper officer, that is the audit officer or the assessing officer, has applied their mind judicially or they have issued the notice randomly. Nowadays, whatever notices are getting from the GST department, that has been given under section 74, that is the matter of concern. So let us discuss under which situation notice under section 74 for the demand and recovery can be issued. If you have Bayer Act, then please open it and go to the section 74. I have written the related provision of the section 74 on the whiteboard. So let us read it first. Section 74 subsection 1 of CGST as well as SGST, where it appears to the proper officer that any tax has not been paid or short paid or erroneously refunded, or where ITC has been wrongly availed or utilized by reason of fraud or any willful misstatement or suppression of facts to evade tax, he shall serve notice dot dot, means there is a writing which shall go on, but I have restricted to this point. So if you see the Bayer Act, then section 74 clearly states that notice of demand and recovery can be issued when there is fraud, willful misstatement, means you have given any statement or document which is wrong, but it is coupled with willful, intentionally you have misrepresented. Suppression of facts, that means there are certain facts which you need to disclose in the return, but you have suppressed intentionally to defraud the government. In that situation, if these conditions are fulfilled, fraud, willful misstatement, suppression of facts, then proper officer may initiate demand and recovery proceeding under section 74. Now, how to check whether 74 or 73? You have to read the notice, that is the show cause notice, or in case of audit there is a audit observation which they provide. You have to check that document, means that notice or audit observation, and find out that they have charged section 74, but they have not clearly make out the case of fraud. In that notice they have never written any single word which indicates that the short payment of tax is due to the reason of fraud, or it is the due to reason of misstatement, or it is the due to the reason of suppression of fact. They are bound by the law. Whenever they charge section 74, they must brought the material record on the file. They must write in the notice the event which leads to fraud. They have to clearly mention that this event is tantamount to fraud, or this event is tantamount of willful misstatement, or this is tantamount to suppression of facts. If these words is not mentioned in the notice, and in spite of that section 74 has been charged, then that notice can be challenged. How to challenge? Show cause notice, ask for the explanation within stipulated time. You have to reply, because it is a show cause notice. They have shows you to cause, means you have to show your cause why demand and recovery proceeding should not be initiated under section 74. In that reply you have to politely write, sir, you have imposed section 74, but you have not mentioned any event on record where it tantamounts appear to you, or there is a suspicion in your mind that this event has gone on for fraud. If you do not have any causes to show the fraud has been done, misstatement has been done, suppression of fact has been done, you are not authorized to issue under section 74. The proper section is section 73. You insist there is a mistake, but mistake is not because of the fraud. You request GST authority to initiate proceeding under section 73, not under section 74. Whenever you file reply by writing in this way, if the proper officer realizes his mistake, then he shall consider your submission and the proceeding will be diverted under section 73. In spite of your reply, if he insists on section 74 imposition and makes an order, then you can file an appeal challenging that order. So in this way you can handle section 74 notice. Students and viewers, hope that you have understood the topic. If you have any confusion, or if anyone wants to give certain suggestions, he may write to the description box. If anyone wants to take GST income tax TDS e-filing training with us, please write for the prospectus at the WhatsApp number given in the description box. Thanks for watching.